Hey everyone, this is Nena, and I welcome you all to this six-part video series of why I believe that India's future is doomed forever. Now, starting with this video is not a rant video. This is a hypothesis on the basis of my experiences, and I'm a 17-year-old, so of course, my experience is very limited since I've lived a very short life, and since I am an adolescent, I'm just trying to navigate through ups and downs of adolescence, and hence my data, my limited experience is bound to have a few biases, yet I'm still trying to mitigate all of these biases, and I am going to try to be as neutral as possible throughout this very video series. Now, starting with this, I could not keep everything to myself, so I just had this very urge to put everything out on the internet. Hence, this is what I have come up with. Nothing is absolute. I understand this, and I am a firm believer. But when you have grown up watching the same garbage rotting on the same streets since childhood, when the same public behaviors that embarrassed you as a kid are on display proudly, you just, start to wonder, and it just messes up with your brain. We're a country obsessed with our potential. But potential is a word that runs out of meaning when nothing fundamentally changes. This video isn't about hate though. It's an honest attempt to observe, to reflect, and to question, because how can we expect change if we are not willing to even talk about the cracks? As Will McCoy had put it, I really don't know how to pronounce his name though, but in quotes, he said, the first step in solving any problem is recognizing there is one. So let's recognize the problems. Part 1, the everyday decay. Let's start with the obvious, right? The garbage, the literal garbage. The same broken streets, the same overflowing bins. It's been there since my early school days, and it's still there today. It doesn't matter how many Swachh Bharat ads you play on the TV. If the ground under your feet hasn't changed in 15 years, what exactly are we talking about? And what exactly are we calling progress? Then there's the staring. For those who have never experienced it, it might sound trivial to you guys, but if you're a woman in India, you might know what I'm probably talking about here. So, it's not one glance, it's prolonged, intentional, and just so dehumanizing. And this isn't some small town stereotype. This happens in Delhi NCR, supposedly one of the most, modern areas in the country. These aren't isolated incidents, also. When something happens every single day, it's not an exception. It's the norm, it's the culture, and that ties back to our total lack of civic sense, basic courtesies. Like, queuing up, not spitting in public, following the traffic rules. We can't manage these. And if we can't handle the small things, why do we act surprised when these, big things fall apart? Character is what you do when no one is watching. And just, look around. Why does our everyday behavior say anything about us? Like, what does it say? It's quite obvious. So that is it for the part 1 of the video series, coming up with part 2 very soon.